So for the next freezer meal I'm going to make is chicken broccoli bake. I need to cut these into bite-sized pieces, and then I'll be right back. To brown our chicken for this recipe, so I've already cut the chicken up in bite-sized pieces, and we're going to brown this until no longer pink. We only want the chicken where it's no longer pink. Now we let it cool down. So in a pot, we need to melt a stick of butter. I should have done a half of butter, but I didn't because I'm halving this recipe to a point, and I'm adding another ingredient to it. I don't know. So now we add some mushrooms to this. We cook the mushrooms in the butter and then yes, there is a little bit of broccoli in there. I am going to add an ingredient to this, just so you know. We're going to cook these for a little bit. This is going to be our sauce for the chicken broccoli bake. So we're letting these mushrooms cook for about 5 minutes. The chicken has cooled, and I divided it among 2 bags. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add some flour to this that got a little bit wet, and stir this, and it will be lumpy, so no big deal. Get this flour cooked in. Like I said, we're making the sauce. Now, let this cook a little bit. Let this flour get all cooked. Then we're going to add some chicken bouillon, some curry powder, some black pepper, and we're going to add I'm going to stir this a little bit, kind of get them seasonings bloomed. Then we're going to slowly add a cup of water to this. Two cups of milk. I'm going to slowly add the milk. And we're basically going to cook this until it is very thick. And then we will let it cool. We got one more ingredient to add to this, but it's not until this is cool, and that is lemon juice. And it's got to be thickened, not cool. Rephrase that. So, waiting for this to thicken a little bit before we go ahead and we add our lemon juice to this. Now that our sauce has gotten thick, now I'm going to add some lemon juice to this. And then we're going to let this cool down before we put it in our 2 sandwich bags. So while we are letting it cool, I got my 2 bags. I added some carrots just because. I'm going to go ahead and add my 2 cups of broccoli to each bag. Now, in a quart bag, we got a half a cup of breadcrumbs, and then I'm gonna divide this cheese between the 2 quart bags, and then they will go in another. We're still waiting for that to cool down. Let the sauce cool down. We kind of put it in this bag, and then we're gonna get another bag to label, and then we're gonna put one of these and one of our cheese mixture, and then they will go in the freezer. Note to self, if we have freezer meals, if I'm going to make a freezer meal, when I get ready to bake it or put it together, to thaw it out for 2 days, not just one day, because I've already let it cook for about 15 minutes. It is still frozen at 350 degrees. So I put aluminum foil on there, and then I'm going to bake it for another 20 minutes. I know you're not supposed to bake it. If it was thawed out, it would be baked at 35 to 40 minutes until the cheese and the breadcrumbs brown up. But since it's still partially frozen, I'm cooking it a little longer. So how we bake our chicken broccoli casserole, we take it out of the take it out of the freezer and let it defrost, probably for more than a day. I took this out this morning. It's still frozen. So I'm going to let it heat up in the oven, which I got the oven preheating at 350 before we put our cheese and our breadcrumb mixture on there. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven and let it preheat, and then I'll be back.